We're going to talk a little bit about fear of missing out. Matthew Tasker, which is actually a friend of mine that I met at the LTA Summit 2 years ago. Has it already been 2 years? So if you don't know the story, Fun for Louis, or Louis Cole, hosted this event called the Live the Adventure Summit. The first one was in Brighton, and then the second one was in California. And it was an amazing time. So I'm going to leave the playlist link down below, and somewhere up here you can go click on it and watch those videos afterwards, because it's honestly such an adventure. So yeah, but what I wanted to say, so Matthew Tasker left a comment, suggestion for topic, perhaps talking about FOMO, fear of missing out, whether that's related to travel, life events or relationships. I thought that was a really interesting question or topic, because especially in the age that we live in now with social media, where you constantly are confronted with what kind of lives other people are living, I think this is something that a lot of us experience. Maybe you're not even that aware of it, but every time you scroll through Instagram or watch a YouTube video of a person that is living a very different life than you are, there are thoughts that are being provoked in your head, whether that be consciously or unconsciously, or conscious, I don't know. So whether you're aware of it or not, I think watching other people's lives in the way that we do now with all the vloggers and Instagrammers and everything, that is something that can be a little bit toxic, because you might have the feeling that you are not living the life that you want to, or that your life isn't as interesting like all those other people on the internet. And first of all, the first thing I want to mention is that what you see online isn't necessarily the complete reality. Usually people post the things that are like highlights, you know, and it doesn't mean that it can be fake. It doesn't have to be fake. I think there's both, but it's just a part of their life. It's not the whole picture. So first of all, I really want, for anyone who feels that way, like they don't have such an amazing life like others have, it's only just a little part of it. Everyday normal life, you know, going through struggles, having issues, experiencing pain and loss and all those things, that they are still a reality, even for those people who post all these amazing videos and pictures online. So don't be fooled and think that there is a perfect life. There is no perfect life for anyone, no matter how good they can portray their lifestyle online. So just keep that in mind. The second thing that I got to thinking when I read his comment was, why? Ask yourself, why do you feel that way? Where is that feeling coming from? Is it because of comparison? Is it because you are actually generally unhappy with your own life and with what you're doing? Or is it maybe also insecurity? Because I think there can be many reasons for the way that we feel, and those reasons might vary depending on what kind of person you are and where you are in life. It is actually something that I do with a lot of other situations in my life as well. When I feel a negative emotion, or I feel down, or whatever it is, I try to ask myself, where is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? Instead of just looking at it as being just a part of my life and just accepting the negative feeling. I try to analyze where it's coming from. And once you know where it's coming from and what the root of it might be, you can actually start changing it, because you don't want to stay put in that negative mindset. I, for myself, really learned that if I'm really content with my life and I am in a place where I'm happy, of course you're not always happy. Everybody has shitty days or things that they would like to change, but in general, if you're happy with the kind of life that you have and with the person you are, that is another very important thing. If you're happy with the type of person you are and you accept yourself for who you are, those things don't bother you as much because you're confident in what you do in your life. So you don't tend to compare yourself that much anymore to other people or their life. So I'm not saying this has to be a fact, but I'm just saying what I've learned is once I started to work on myself, and I'm still working on it. I'm not in a perfect place either, but a lot of it has changed. And once I got more confident and sure of who I am, and also being really grateful about everything that I have, these things kind of started to lose meaning. I didn't feel the need to compare or see other people doing amazing things and thinking, oh man, this really bothers me. I was more in a mind state of saying, oh, that's great for them, you know, that's so cool that they're doing it. But I also know that I'm living a good life, and it's not, I don't know, it's not that negative anymore. So I think the main thing is to realize that it is normal sometimes to think, oh man, I wish I could do that, or oh man, I wish I could be there right now. I think that is normal, as long as it doesn't get kind of negative and toxic and something that you constantly go through. If it's a constant thing in your life, you should really try to work on it. It's really difficult to actually give you an answer completely, Matt, because I don't know where your fear of missing out is coming from. I think it would be interesting to see why you feel that way. And just ask yourself, why is it that you feel that way? Is it because you lack confidence? Is it because you're unhappy with your life in general? Is it because you just spend too much time on social media and being brainwashed into thinking that everything you see is just a fact and it's just everyday life for everyone else? I don't know where it's coming from, so I cannot answer your question for you what to do about it. But I would start thinking about yourself, like taking a step back from that feeling and thinking about, how can I be more content with my life? If you do need to make some changes to live a more fulfilled life, then do that. Sometimes we do need to make changes and adjust our life situation to be happier. But I think in the core of your being, you should come to a place where you are happy with yourself and with the role that you have in your life. And that is really just my opinion, but I feel like as long as you don't have this set feeling of knowing who you are, I feel that you will always have that fear of missing out and you will always be restless. The camera just shut off because I probably already talked too much. So what you need to know, Matt, is that you're not alone in this kind of situation or that kind of feeling. I think that happens to a lot of people. So I hope you can somehow take away something from my mind rant that I just went on. Let me know in the comment if you have any more question, or maybe one of you guys has an input on this topic. I would love to hear your opinions. And yeah, because I think, like I said in my previous video, we go through life with a lens of things that have happened to us, and our worldview is being shaped by our upbringing, by our personality, by things we go through in life. And I think any topic or any issue can have so many different approaches and origins, because all of our lives and all of our personalities are so freaking different. So I think it would be interesting to hear you guys' comments on this topic, to see what you think about it. And if you have any tips on this, you can get the biggest picture if you share these opinions, if that makes any sense, because just one doesn't cover it all, you know? So yeah, that's it. I need to start wrapping the presents now, and my battery is